Okay, listen, can we unironically just talk about the fact every game I've played today in ranked was triple support, and the moment we don't play triple support, we're just losing the game. Like, this game right here was quite fascinating, really. Can we just discuss this moment where, like, we are hard losing the game, and I call out for my team to go triple support because the enemy team is playing Mantis, Adam, Cloak, and Dagger, and we literally cannot kill anything ever. And, like, we are hard held on second point because we decide to play 2-2-2, and the DPS players want to play DPS. And the moment I say, let's go play triple support, we first point hold. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about the fact that triple support is literally every single game in competitive? Genuinely annoying. Like, triple support is meta. People that say that triple support isn't meta are crazy. Because here we match it and we start winning the game. And the reason why it's meta is because characters like Adam and Ultron can do a lot of damage and a lot of heals. I mean, Adam can't do a lot of... Okay, that is not quite what I was going to say. They can do a lot of damage and they can do heals and they can farm their ultimates really fast. Like Ultron and Adam and Mantis. At this point, we have replaced like second DPS for support. And it's kind of like Overwatch over again. We had the same issue before back in the day as well. But like, look at this example. It's triple support versus triple support this game. Next game I played, this game right here. It is triple support versus triple support again. So you have Invis, Adam, Luna versus Luna, Adam, Mantis. So this was the entire game, triple support versus triple support. Lasted 30 minutes, by the way, this game lasted. So this is another example of an absolutely annoying experience for everybody because the games last forever. Because it's going to be Luna ult into Luna ult into another support ult into another support ult into a wipe into Adam ult into playing again and then farming more support ults. And it's so annoying. And it's so exhausting. A lot of people don't want to play the game. It's really boring to watch. And we had the same issue before back in the day. They did address it for a little bit, but again, the issue is quite literally having characters that by themselves aren't the issue. The issue here is that they can do the damage necessary to fill the DPS role to get kills, but also have really defensive ultimates and abilities that keep things alive. Not to mention that we have, like, this is a really good example right here. This is a really good example. It is the team up with Adam that Luna has. That one is really annoying. That keeps like everybody alive forever. So you play Luna, you play Adam, you play Mantis or Ultron or whatever else, and that's gonna keep your backline alive forever. Undivable, by the way, undivable. So now things you would usually play to maybe deal with supports are no longer doable because, like, look at this, right? Like I see the Luna, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna kill the Luna. I mean, look at this. She just chains me and just heals herself up. I don't do any damage to her. And then she gets bubbled, which is, you know, like, good bubble. But, like, she should have been dead by now because, like, but she has the team up, right? She has the team up. And the fact that they have so much healing, they have so many ultimates that keep people alive, and they can do so much damage, it is just really annoying, right? And it just counters a lot of stuff in the game. It just counters a lot of stuff in the game. It just counters dive comps. It counters you punishing their mistakes because they just have either Adam Link or Luna Link now, or, you know, bubbles and whatever else. I mean, the bubbles aren't that big of the issue, but like it is quite legitimately the amount of sustain the game has with triple support. But even if you reduce all healing by 15%, I don't see why you wouldn't play triple supports though, because they're gonna do a lot more damage compared to before, and also you're gonna have enough healing to like maintain. So I think reducing healing by 15% is gonna help, right? I think quite genuinely, I don't know how you solve this. One way to solve this is to nerf, I don't know, like, genuine, like, do you nerf Mantis and Adam? Because these characters are not good in 2-2-2, but all of these characters are good in triple support. And the thing is, it's fine if you have one or two characters that work in triple support, but you have Jeff, you have Adam, you have Ultron, and you have Mantis, right? So what are we doing? What are we doing, right? So there is a few solutions here, right? Like, do you do a row queue? And I don't like the idea of a row queue. I like the ability to change to triple support if need be, but I don't like the idea of how good it is right now, because more often than not, you would rather play triple support. Here's another example of why triple support is really annoying. Like, I feel like I'm repeating myself, right? We introduce anti-heal. We do have Blade with anti-heal. Maybe he's like the messiah, right? So here's another example here. This is genuine just... this is one fight. I'm just gonna like let it play out in the background. But nobody caps point here for like 5 minutes. Because we keep rotating ults. We keep rotating healing. There's nothing to do except play together, go in, spend ultimates, and hope the enemy team doesn't get value from theirs and then win. It's an scapegoat for bad playing. It's not an scapegoat for bad playing because everybody plays triple support. People play triple support in the Bogur bash. People play triple support in tournaments. People play triple support in everywhere. It's not bad. It is the meta quite legitimately. And I know for a fact people would play triple tank as well. I feel like I think one really good solution for the issue is genuinely just adding more bans. Yeah, I was gonna say that more bans is genuinely the solution for this game. They need that season 4.5. They need to do 3 bans per team because there's too many characters now. They need to genuinely do that because the game is balanced around having bans, and we don't have enough bans to ban everything. Now, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. Like, the fight is still going, by the way. I'm just gonna point out nobody has won yet. Nobody has capped the point. Change the ban system. Maybe not allowing repeated bans would be good. So if each team had 3 bans and then no repeated bans, I think that would be good. The reason why bans are good is quite legitimately just like making the game feel different every match, but it's hard to make it feel different every match because you can't ban every broken character. So here, how long did it last, this fight? Like 2 minutes? 2 minutes to cap the point? So it just drags out and it's just boring. And it's like also an absolute mess to look at. There's too many things happening at the same time. Some fights. It's just like a sensory overload. You know, this is not why people play the game. We had the same issue in Overwatch. One of the reasons why we even removed the idea of being able to play multiple roles in the game. It is genuinely just really difficult to balance. But I think bans will be a good solution. You see a bunch of juicy targets, a Hawkeye player. You are coping so hard because your ass cannot play Hawkeye in this lobby. Guys, I get it, having an ego is good, but please, nobody's playing Hawkeye into this. Juicy targets for my Hawkeye. Hawkeye, he said. The thing is also, you don't want to make the ban phase too long because people just get bored of that, so and people just want to get into a game. But I don't mind them introducing the Ignite ban system in One Above All, just having another layer and things. Because in One Above All it is where this becomes an issue, like top 500. This is where people start playing hard meta comps, and having a system like that would be fine. You know, the 4 bans per team only affects the enemy team. That could maybe work because people are like a little bit more competitive there. But definitely 3 bans. 3 bans, and maybe just go the Overwatch approach. I'm gonna be real. I was against it before, but go the Overwatch approach and reduce how many supports you can. Not how many supports, but reduce how much ultimate charge you can farm overall. Because Overwatch did have the exact same issue. This is another game where I'm pretty sure everybody run triple support. If you farm ultimates in general so fast, so it's Adam, Luna, Mantis. We are playing Mantis, Luna. Guess who lost the game, by the way? Can you guess who lost the game? Yeah, we lost the game. But it is genuinely increasing the charge rate of ultimates would be really good. Otherwise, you're just playing into this entire thing where everybody's fighting to farm ult charge instead of fighting to better the enemies. It is less about 1v1ing and outplaying them, increasing. Because you want to increase how fast, like not how much charge they need to charge it up. So it's increasing. You increase because it's a thing that you fill up by doing damage and healing. If you increase by 10%, you're going to farm it 10% slower, right? But what I was going to say is, the game revolves around farming ultimates and using them instead of actually playing the game to outplay the enemy. And Overwatch did kind of have that issue for a while in Overwatch 1. And it was really boring to play. Because at the end of the day, you want to outplay people. You don't want to just press Q. I ask you this, how often do you just play to farm the enemy tanks and get your ultimate? 99% of the time. There is rarely a situation where I see a DPS player trying to 1v1 like DPS player. There isn't much point to it. Because if you lose the 1v1, you're going to lose the fight. But if you just farm the tanks and you contest the DPS, it's way more value for playing safe. And I would rather have the game reward more dangerous gameplay, more risky gameplay, because it's more fun to watch on a pro level than it is. It's more fun to watch on a pro level. It's more fun to watch as a viewer, and it's more fun to play, really. With triple support, another reason why triple support works so well, by the way, it is quite legitimately how fast you farm your support ults. Because if these supports didn't farm their ults so fast, there would be no reason to play triple support. It is quite genuinely because they can deal so much damage and so much healing and get their ultimates in less than a minute. All three of them can have ultimates. It is what enables this playstyle, because nothing will die after you press the Q button, and we just don't have the options. And I feel like Blade would be a really good solution to triple support, but Blade is absolutely horrendous right now. It is horrendous. If Blade was better, maybe he would be a good answer to triple support. I think maybe anti-healing. Just the thing about anti-healing is that anti-heals are a really dangerous tool to play, because it could just ruin the game for tanks. Like, tanks will have a miserable time most of the time. It's a very dangerous tool to introduce to the game. But right now, supports just have too many answers. And it's the same story as before, you know? Too many answers, enough DPS to kill stuff if they want to, especially if their Adam and Mantis are good. Even Luna, like, does a lot of damage. Like, if you look at statistics here, right? Like, if I look at stats here, like, genuinely, Mantis and Adam have 12k damage both, right? 12k, 12k, 12k. Okay, 12k, 12k, right? That's pretty decent numbers. And they played these characters, they swapped a little bit later. So if we look here, actually, they didn't do that much damage, but you get it. It's not bad that supports can do damage. It is bad when you can replace all supports, all DPS, and just play supports, right? Like, Adam here has 24,000 damage. That is a ridiculous amount, by the way. But again, there is nothing inherently wrong in sometimes playing triple support, sometimes playing triple tank, sometimes playing 2-2-2, sometimes playing solo tank. What makes it really bad is the fact that, hey, I don't want to see it every game. It's just exhaustion of seeing it every single game and not having any tools to counter it. Because if you play tank a lot, and the enemy team goes triple tank, you do have tools to counter triple tank. Like, you have Wolverine. And we need a Wolverine for triple support, quite genuinely. Because otherwise, you just run down every game triple support, and if you don't, you just lose the game, right? Is it worse than Loki Luna? Well, it's equally boring. It's like, it's even more boring than Loki Luna. Loki Luna in itself wasn't a bad thing. It was just the fact that it was being played for like 6 months. Should buff Blade. They should nerf how fast they farm support ults. They should increase how much okay, let me word this correctly. It should be slower to farm support ults in general, or maybe just everything should farm slower, like by 10-15%. Like, if next patch they introduce every character farms their ultimates 15% slower, that would be good, I think. Maybe without Angela like farms really slowly. Or maybe reduce ult charge for healing, but then you won't have answers for DPS. So it's a very finicky situation. And I think also if they nerf Ultron, I think they need to nerf Jeff. Jeff is another character that quite genuinely right now is extremely strong. I think the biggest, like, terrorists right now are Jeff the Land Shark. He's getting banned so much. Ultron is another terrorist. And Adam. Mantis is not that big of an issue. She just fits in well. Like, you can just put her anywhere. There should be reduced healing if teams have more than 2 supports. I don't like answers like that, because there always will be a cascading effect. There always will be an effect on things. In my perfect world, you should have, like, poke that gets countered by dive, and dive that gets countered by like more stacked up compositions that gets countered by poke, right? But right now, we just have poke. And I think the issue with the game is genuinely the fact that it has only been poke meta forever. We don't really have much variety. We don't have... I mean, we have goats, but it's not like pushing in strategy, outplaying the enemy like it used to be in Overwatch. Because I know a lot of people are gonna say goats meta was really boring. It was really boring from a casual perspective. But it did change how pro players thought about the game. And you don't have that level of depth when you play triple tank here. It's genuinely just farm support those, right? We had dive in season 2. We didn't have dive. That is not true. That is a lie. We didn't have dive. We had Iron Fist being a terrorist, which is just boring. When I mean dive, we should have like actual thinking, setting up, and executing a real proper dive and outplaying the enemy team. Like I feel like a boomer right now, but like there's certain things Overwatch did really bad, and there's certain things that it did well. And dive was really fun to both watch and play. It wasn't like in the Rivals where you go in, boom, boom, you kill everything, right? There's no strategy. It's just you hit your pull, you hit your one shot on BP, you win. But in Overwatch, you had to lock in, right? You had to lock in, play with the team, and execute the proper dive in the proper time, right? But it's a finicky stretch. I do wonder how they're gonna solve it. Like I do think more bans is a really good one. I think genuinely, I'm gonna grasp this. I'm gonna put it in a little box here. I'm gonna like, for simple terms, I think the solution here, the first step would be one more ban per team. One more ban per team, so it's 3 bans per team. No duplicate bans anymore, and increase or like reduce how fast you can farm your ultimates overall in the entire game, like in general in the entire game, like by 15%. I would even say 20%, I'm gonna be honest, just to make the game a little bit more neutral heavy, a little bit more outplaying, and make ultimates feel a little bit more wow, they press Q, right? That's awesome. Because right now it is just press Q, go in, press Q, go in. Don't have Q, wait, get Q, go in with Q. You never go for kills, you never go for picks, you only play for Q button. And I think people get bored from that now. I think people get bored from that, and it gets really problematic when all the Q buttons do the same thing. O-charge nerf would force triple support comps to outplay the enemy to... Yeah, because triple support isn't an issue until they use their ultimates. That is the issue. That is genuinely the issue. It is not the issue that they're playing triple support and they have these cooldowns that make everything immortal. The issue is that after I bait all of these cooldowns where they're all immortal for half an hour, they should be weak, but instead of being weak, they have ultimates already. And that's where the tide of battle changes. Because I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna bait Adam Link, I'm gonna bait Luna Link, I'm gonna bait Bubbles, I'm gonna bait Sleep. This is it, my chance to strike. I go in, try to kill them, they use Lunode, they use Mantis ult, right? And I'm gonna go in with my ultimate that I farmed by outplaying them, but it doesn't matter because they have their ultimates already. So now the tempo is wrong, they're gonna have their cooldowns again, and our economy is cooked. And once we get in the fight and our support uses ult, their support uses ult again, and then our support uses ult, they're gonna have another support ult, and we just lose off of that. So that is the issue. So if you decrease the charge time on their ultimates, that's gonna make the game a lot easier. Like, you will have a way to counter triple support because you're just gonna go in, bait the cooldowns, go back, go in, go back, and then finally you're gonna strike. They won't have anything, and they won't have any counters to it, right? That should be that gameplay of cat and mouse between triple support trying to PO and the DPS trying to outplay them. That is what makes it fun. Because there is no cat and mouse right now, because you can't kill them before they get their ultimates unless they greatly misplay, which a lot of the times won't happen, right? But you can't just make only supports charge their ultimates slower, because if you do that, then DPS will always have ultimates before supports, and then the game gets cooked, right? So I think definitely triple support is quite the issue right now, quite the cooked up thing. And I think that it makes the game boring, and I see a lot of DPS players not wanting to play the game. A lot of people just don't want to play the game right now because of it. So they should definitely address it sooner rather than later. They should even address it before 4.5. In a week. Like, they shouldn't wait. They did it last time, like addressed it fast. They should just do it next week. Yo, you suck. That's what your mother does to me every night, buddy. Lock in. Anyways, rant over. You're trying to make Rivals into another version of Overwatch, and trust me, we're done with that. Let's move on with the future. I think you're fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I'm too mean. But if you think the game right now with triple support is fun, I think the fact that nobody plays the game right now is quite evidently not true. But if you enjoy playing triple support, go crazy with it. I think every game, I think Overwatch did things right. I think Overwatch did things wrong. And Rivals did things better than Overwatch for a while, but now they're running into the same issues as Overwatch. And if you just refuse to learn and adapt, the game is going to fall apart. I know, like, what do you want me to do? Just sit there and be like, oh, everything's perfect, smile. W Netis, W Guang Guang, W Jion. Nobody's having fun.